of the Muslim nurse, the discipline of the Muslim athlete who fasts in Ramadan while training, these small acts, done sincerely for the sake of God, shine brighter than any sermon or speech. They awaken curiosity, admiration, and sometimes deep respect. For many non-Muslims, their first experience with Islam is not through the Quran or a mosque. It is through a Muslim neighbor, colleague, or friend. And when they ask questions, they find not fear, but answers, not dogma, but a dialogue. This calling is not about changing one's passport or nationality. It's about changing one's inner state. It is a call to submit, not to a man or a system, but to the one who created man and all systems. It is a call to bow, not in humiliation, but in liberation. Liberation from ego, from confusion, from aimlessness. Islam does not offer an escape from the world. It offers a way to live in it, with purpose, with balance, with gratitude. And perhaps that is why, despite the attempts to marginalize or misrepresent it, Islam continues to grow, not in chaos, but in calm, not in masses, but in meaningful personal transformations. What we are witnessing in the West today is not a religious trend. It is a spiritual return. It is the soul recognizing the sound of its maker's call and choosing to answer. Even when it goes against societal expectations or personal comfort, this calling will continue, not because of campaigns or advertising, but because truth has a pull that no one can resist forever. And when that truth is lived with love, sincerity, and patience, it becomes not just a message, it becomes a light, a silent light, spreading across hearts, across homes, and across the very soul of the West. In an age where uncertainty fills the air and confusion clouds the mind, the quiet spread of Islam across the Western world is not a coincidence. It is a return to sacred values that many have forgotten. Modern life, especially in the West, has offered comfort, convenience, and technological progress, but it has often done so at the cost of spiritual depth and moral clarity. People have gained the world, but many feel they have lost their soul. Amidst this spiritual drought, Islam is being rediscovered, not as a foreign ideology, but as a divine reminder, a guide that leads people back to something ancient, pure, and true. Islam does not offer a new philosophy, it offers timeless truth. It is not a trend of the moment. It is a return to values that once formed the very foundation of humanity. Islam speaks directly to the heart's longing for structure, for meaning, and for balance. It is not rigid, but it is clear. It is not harsh, but it is firm. In a time when morality has become flexible, Islam presents a standard that does not bend to convenience. It calls for honesty when lies are easy, discipline when the world promotes indulgence, modesty when vanity is glorified, and devotion when distraction is everywhere. These values may seem countercultural in some Western societies, but they resonate deeply with the human soul because they reflect the divine order in which we were created. That resonance is why people from all walks of life, doctors, artists, students, former atheists, and spiritual seekers are embracing Islam. They're not running towards something exotic, they are returning to something essential. This return is visible in the simplicity and beauty of Islamic practices. The 5 daily prayers, the fast of Ramadan, the call to charity, and the striving to be a better human being. These are not rituals for ritual's sake. They are anchors in a drifting world. They provide rhythm in a chaotic life. In Islam, every act is infused with purpose. Even eating, sleeping, and speaking can become acts of worship when done with intention. This sacred way of living gives life itself a sense of depth that many in the West are desperately searching for. And so what some once viewed as restrictions, they now see as protection. What once looked like burdens, they now recognize as blessings. Moreover, Islam revives the sense of community, a bond that many people in the West feel has been lost. In the fast pace of modern life, people feel increasingly alone. Digital connections have replaced real ones. Families are broken, neighbors are strangers, and loneliness has become a silent epidemic. But walk into a mosque, especially on a Friday or during Ramadan, and you will see strangers praying shoulder to shoulder,